Let's take you to news still dominating international headlines. The death toll in the Türkiye Syria earthquake is fast approaching 30,000, and chances of finding survivors are fading. It's been almost a week since a 7.8 magnitude and 7.7 earthquake hit Türkiye and Syria. Cities in the southern part of Türkiye and northern Syria have been flattened, leaving millions stranded. Let's cross now to our reporter, Desan Tatia, reporting to us from the ground. He's there along with a team from Gift of the Givers in Antakya in Turkey. Scenes of destruction you continue to bring us every single day, and there's talk now of hope being lost for more survivors to be found, with us marking almost a week since this earthquake. What's the situation on the ground there, Desan?
Marcel, I'm a bit skeptical of calling it good news, but I think that there's slightly better news today. You'll see that we are at an active scene here. One of the many scenes that these teams are working on. This in particular is where the South African crew is, Gift of the Givers, SAPS and other members that have come here. And the latest we're getting now is that there's a possibility of survivors, of sounds being heard inside one of the apartment blocks. It's very busy now. They also have in case, and this is not far-fetched at all, that there is a possibility of people coming out of this alive, because just over the past 2 days at least 12 people have been pulled out of here, and they have survived. They managed to, I guess during the collapse, end up in some kind of void within that structure, and as a result of that they remained alive during that time. You'll see that it's very busy now, because there's a lot of coordination that needs to take place between the teams, and it's not as simply as easy as going in, grabbing them and coming out. There's a lot of work to be done in order to get to that point, because they, in some cases like here, they had to allow the teams at the same time. They're also dealing with family members of these victims that are inside, that are gathered around here. Some of them are angry, some of them would have wanted these types of efforts sooner. We saw a gentleman earlier who was saying, and at the same time there are others that are just further off here. I'm going to try to push my luck with this network, Marcel, and try to move a little bit and show you the activity that's taking place. So just beyond what you're seeing now, just beyond where this digger is working, that's where there were some community members, normal residents, people that are here that are assisting families to try to break down parts of the structure. They want to access those areas. That is also a risk in itself, because everyone else you see here, these are trained professionals, and they are stressing this to normal community members here, that it's not as simple as that. You can't just go in and start breaking structures, but there's such a strong sense of desperation here. That people want to make sure that their loved ones are out. Here's one of the dog handlers now saying that they are going to be driving along to the next location to try to assist. I just want to quickly grab Ahmed Bam here. Ahmed, sorry to interrupt you. I'll be very brief. Please give me an update on what the teams are doing at the moment in here.
The teams are currently busy with search and rescues. Building behind us, they found 4 patients. 2 patients were survived alive, and they pulled them out. And there's a possibility that around the other buildings as well, there's a lot of live patients. So we're taking our dogs now. We've partnered with the Chinese team, yes, and we're on our way to another site where they got a good hit, and we're going to be taking our dogs there quick, and we're going to be doing the search there as well. There's so much here, but day by day. So wherever there's hope, we're going to try and do as much searches as possible and see what we can detect, because we've got the dogs and the specialized equipment. Yeah. And as the days go on, it just gets much more harder. So we're just going to be leaving you guys quick, because we've got that. That's fine. Live, and we're taking the team quickly.
Okay. We'll also take, yeah, we'll see you there. You got an update there. This is, I think I must mention this to you so you get a sense of what's happening here. All of these apartment blocks are literally next to each other. And here, if you can't go in, can I go in? Would you allow me to go inside? And there's such a sense of helplessness that we're getting from those that are around here, because as I was saying to you earlier, you would understand that on the one hand they want to get their families out. On the other hand, there are protocols and there are ways and means to do this, and that's why these specialized teams have come in. That's why they are here to do this kind of work.
Jason, I don't think we should underestimate how extraordinary these pictures are that you're bringing to us right now. The shot that you showed us of the digger with the professionals in the front strategizing of what they're going to do next, but in the background, community members trying to push rubble aside. It's just absolutely extraordinary. I have one simple question for you before you go. I mean, the team speaking quite simply about how they're going to go in with the Chinese team to do their next piece of work. How are these international teams communicating with each other?
Well, fortunately, they are using the services of interpreters. And what's so beautiful about this, Marcel, if you can see at a time like this, so many people are coming forward to offer voluntary services. Just a while ago, we found some people from the Istanbul Tourism Committee, I believe it's called. These gentlemen came up to us and they said to us, look, everyone that is here to get the work done. Ultimately, despite this, even at a time like this, they're holding hands. Marcel, I must share. And my colleague Linge and I were standing, and we didn't even think about carrying water or anything like that because we were rushing out. And he turned to us and he offered us water, and we got to chatting to him even though he couldn't fully speak English. And that has a sense of what we want.
Jason, I have to interrupt you there. We've lost the gist of, I think, what was a quite beautiful and touching story that you were telling us about a local who showed you a kindness. Hopefully you'll be able to tell us that story later on, please, if you may. This is the kind of hopefulness that people hang on to during times like this. We're going to have to leave it there. Unfortunately, the signal not playing along with us, but we thank our viewers for their patience, as well as Jason Tatia and Linge, his camera operator, brings us those extraordinary pictures and stories from those South African rescue teams that are still breaking their backs and just displaying extraordinary displays of human kindness, flying across the world to go and save those in trouble.